Meet lazy Zeze. Zeze is not your ordinary dog. He's a small, fluffy bundle of joy who loves to take it easy. Zeze was a small, fluffy dog. His fur was as soft as a cloud, and he had the most adorable little face that could melt anyone's heart. He had floppy ears and a waggy tail. His ears would flop around whenever he moved, and his tail was always wagging, especially when he was happy. But most of all, Zeze loved to sleep. He could sleep anywhere. On the rug, under the table, even on his back. No place was too strange or uncomfortable for Zeze to catch some Z's. Zeze, you sleepyhead, his human, Lily, would giggle. Lily loved watching Zeze find new and funny places to nap. She thought it was the cutest thing ever. Zeze would just wiggle his tail and drift back to sleep. Nothing could disturb his peaceful slumber, not even Lily's giggles. Being lazy was hard work, you see. It took a lot of effort to find the perfect spot to nap and to stay asleep for hours. It made Zeze very, very tired. But that was okay because Zeze loved being lazy. It was his favorite thing in the whole wide world. One sunny morning, Zeze woke up from a nap. He yawned a big yawn, then he rolled over for another nap. Sunbeams felt so warm on his tummy. "Wake up, sleepyhead," Lily said. "Time for a walk." Zeze didn't want to walk. Walks were so much work. He flopped back down, pretending he didn't hear. Lily giggled and patted his head. "Oh, Zeze, you're so lazy." After their walk, Lily gave Zeze a treat. It was a big, juicy bone. Zeze loved bones. He took the bone and went to his favorite napping spot, under the kitchen table. He chewed on it for a bit. Then he decided to take a little nap. Just a small one. When he woke up, something was wrong. His bone was gone. Zeze looked around, puzzled. Where could it be? Section 4. Zeze's Big Idea. Zeze sniffed the floor with his nose. He sniffed and sniffed. His little nose twitched as he tried to catch the scent of something special. Zeze was always curious, always on the lookout for an adventure. Today he was determined to find his favorite bone. He followed the scent of the bone. The trail led him through the living room, around the couch, and even under the table. Zeze was on a mission, and nothing could distract him. His nose was his guide, and he trusted it completely. It led him right to his own tummy. Zeze stopped in his tracks, eyes wide with surprise. How could the scent be coming from him? He tilted his head, puzzled, and gave his tummy a curious sniff. Zeze had fallen asleep with the bone. He remembered now. He had been so tired after playing all day that he had dozed off with his precious bone in his paws. It must have slipped under him while he was dreaming. It must have slipped under him. Zeze wiggled and squirmed, trying to free the bone from under his tummy. But it was stuck tight, and no amount of wiggling seemed to help. He tried to wiggle his tummy to get the bone out, but it wouldn't budge. Zeze was getting frustrated. He didn't want to lose his bone, but he couldn't figure out how to get it out from under him. Then Zeze had a great idea. He remembered something his friend, the wise old cat, had told him once. Sometimes, the best way to solve a problem is to stay calm and think it through. He lay very still and let out a big, loud snore. The bone jiggled free. Zeze's plan had worked perfectly. The vibration from his snore had loosened the bone, and it rolled out from under him. Zeze grabbed it with a happy chomp. He was so proud of himself for figuring out the solution. With his bone back in his paws, Zeze settled down for a well-deserved nap, dreaming of his next big adventure. Section 5. Sleepy and Satisfied. Lily came running into the kitchen, her footsteps echoing through the house. She was in a hurry, her face flushed with excitement and curiosity. She had heard a strange noise and wanted to find out what it was. "Zeze, what was that noise?" she asked, her voice tinged with worry. She looked around the room, her eyes wide with concern. She hoped nothing was wrong. Zeze wagged his tail energetically and showed her the bone he had found. His eyes sparkled with pride as he held it up for her to see. Lily couldn't help but laugh at the sight. "You silly dog," she said, scratching behind Zeze's ears affectionately. Zeze yawned, his mouth opening wide as he enjoyed the gentle scratches. He looked so content and happy. Finding his bone had been tiring work for Zeze. He had searched high and low, sniffing around every corner until he finally found it. Now, he was exhausted. He curled up in his bed, his favorite spot in the house, and closed his eyes. The soft cushion felt so comfortable beneath him. He let out a content sigh. It was time for another nap. Zeze loved his naps. They were the perfect way to recharge after a busy day of playing and exploring. Being a lazy pup was tough, but someone had to do it. Zeze knew he had the best job in the world. As he drifted off to sleep, he dreamed of more adventures and more bones to find.